Folks, what up, what up? Hope I got enough ice for this. Oh yeah, I'm alright. Well, there's somebody in. Kale was the first one. Dadgum. Josh thought he was. 03's chasing after him. Paul's in here eating pie. Did you try that pie yet, Paul? Oh, and I'm out of soda on that one. Carlos, what's up? Sean, what's up? C. Hill. Warwick. So you didn't like it, Paul? You gonna have to let the wife have it all? Scott, what's up? Old man? What up with old man? Lady Pink, what's up? Oh, that's right. Jason, shots fired. Ah. Very careful of this wall wheat return fire. So how'd that turn out with your Kit Kat bars? The wife hated it and said, stop it. Andre, what's up? Oh, just getting along fine there, lady. I just got off the phone with her. Warwick shared a recipe with me. And I think C. Hill did the other day. Michael, what's going on? And she was just informing me that I don't get the ice cream or the Australian dish. She said no. She's a mean old woman. 18 degrees. I told her she got to quit abusing me like that. I worked too hard to keep her in the lap of luxury. And there's the Yankee. What up, Yankee? Oh. And if I missed anybody, howdy. Right over there is a barbecue house. They're not as good as they used to be, but they're still pretty decent. Texas Best Smokehouse. 15 in Wisconsin. Oh, I'm in somebody else's truck, man. This is just a loaner for a couple days. They tell me mine's supposed to be ready tomorrow, but I find that doubtful. JJ. Railroader, what's up? We're not even talking about California. Y'all have to have wildfires out there to get it up to 57. Jim, get off the drugs. Trying to stay warm. I think you're up in the Dakotas too, ain't you, Railroader? Right? Carlos, they're trying to find you a match, brother. There ain't no match for my favorite Mexican. David, I hear you. Oh, Pennsylvania, -10, goodness. Ah, I bet he is pouting. He'll appreciate that truck when he gets back, won't he? Yeah, y'all don't want to know what temperature is over there where Warwick's at. They have a real heat wave going. I'm in my truck, JJ. Can't you see? That's what my 20 is. It's down there, Mitch. Mitch, you're up. You're north. Remember, Canada's north of everything, dude. It got up to around 50 here. I've been in Texas and Louisiana today. They got up to 50. Now I'm back in Texas. It's in the 40s. I don't know. I heard it got pretty bad out west, but if it ain't down here in the southern states, I don't sweat it. Actually, he told us the other day, and Michael did the math, and it was like 100 and something. Oh no, Andre, you have all of it you want. Bobby, what's going on? Jim Dunn, you're so full of crap. I hear you, Mitch. Well, you know, you get so cold it just turns your compass upside down, right? Yeah, Josh, I've had it freezing when I was spraying it on the windshield before. That gets cold. Now, I got people trying to bust my chops about not doing the code and all that. I got news for them. I've been up there in Mitch's neck of the woods. That gets cold. You go a couple hundred, 2 or 3 more 100 miles north, I guarantee you, the closer you get to the North Pole, the colder that crap gets. I shared a picture the other day, came up on my memory, and it was when I was up there in Canada. About the time I froze up, it was minus 50. And I mean icicles and the whole bit. Put that one up, I named it Too Damn Cold. And it was. I had metal breaking. The hooks on my straps that I was holding them bolts on, I had 2 of them break. It's too cold when metal breaks. Yeah, see, they're talking about close to 120 over there in Australia. Oh. Oh no, I don't do the code. I don't do the code at all. Not anymore. I got my share of it running to Canada. That ice road trucker stuff came out, and the kids are all, Daddy, you want an ice road truck? I've done been there, done that. Didn't drive across no lake, but it got cold. Uh-huh. I'm going to ignore you, Jim. Amen. What's happening? Oh, Brandon. I thought you'd be back out by now. Oh. Exactly. He ain't gonna get his dreams. He just thinks because his wife's got the hots for me that he can have the hots for me too. I got news for you. I got women backed up, man. I got them in line. See, now you're going to get Brandon in trouble. Now Destiny's over there beating on him, saying, what number am I in line? Jim Dunn, you're going to have to go somewhere besides here to try to recruit. Everybody on this page knows you. You're going to have to find somebody that don't know you. Hey, try Trucker Jim. Better yet, Red Velvet. Red Velvet deserves you. That's right, Brandon. She's number one. Actually, she's number two. Grandma's number one now. Remember, Grandma does tote, and she knows how to shoot. Some nights are like that, Pink. It'll slow down in a minute. Joshua, what's going on, brother? Here in a few minutes it'll slow down and I'll go into my deal about the title of this live stream tonight. I was going to make a regular video, but my tablet, it said, no you ain't. I'm about ready to take a hammer to that tablet. I guess I could have just did it on my phone, but I didn't think about it. Maybe I will anyway. No, actually, see, Hill, she was reading the recipe, or I sent her the video, actually, and she said there's still too much sugar in there for me. So she said that sweet condensed milk and that other stuff, she said that's still too much sugar. That's like, what was it, Warwick sent me, Chunkly or whatever it was. She read that one, and it's got some sugar in it, too much sugar. She said the only sugar I get, she'll give to me. Oh. We got me on a strict diet anymore, folks. I don't get to eat nothing good. I hear you, Pink. Really, Josh, I hadn't heard nothing about that. I'm totally surprised, and I really care. That's right, Warwick. My wife would agree with you. Ah. Well, if you're at the rail yard, are you close to Rail Runner? He's over there in Pennsylvania somewhere. Thank you. He finally turned his truck off. I'm ignoring you, Carlos. You couldn't even help me get that apple going. Don't go harassing me, buddy boy. Oh, it ain't no big deal, see? You know? Been my diet all these years that's ruined me. Little Debbie, that woman run me. She's on the bottom of Grandma's list now. Well, on top of one of them, on her top of her hit list. You're still in Laredo? Well, you've been down there a couple of days. Blue, what's up? Almost home. Fontana. That's a good place to get out of. You're probably right, Brandon. He probably did run out. It's a creek. See how brave I am? I parked next to a creek. I ain't sure what's on that side. Well, I did too. That's why I'm in trouble. There's too many little Debbies. Well, I'm sorry, Carlos. Next time I'll try to get you instructions in crayon. What up, Mark? Paul? I seen the dadgum cheesecakes you've been eating last couple of days. Actually, I like those little strawberry shortcakes of Little Debbie's. Those are about my favorite. But I eat most any of them. Unfortunately, too many of them. That's right, Jim. Now you're learning. That's right, Jason. Why do they call Little Debbie little one? Well, because we keep eating all of her cake, she don't get any. Well, there's a no-bake cheesecake recipe on the playlist under the cooking that Grandma made. And Paul tried one the other day. Then we talked about it. So he decided he was going to try a different version of it today. And who knows what he'll try tomorrow. I'll bet you he's making another one tomorrow. He claims he's an addict now. He's addicted to them. Before long, Sheila gonna smack him and break that addiction. That's right, Bobby. It didn't have pictures. Carlos was lost. Well, that's from Grandma's recipe, Brandon. It's really quite easy. You need to make Destiny one tomorrow. She would love it. Waiting to load in Phoenix. Now, I didn't tell you had to eat them all in one day there, Paul. Oh, I'm down here in Tyler, Texas. Mongo, what's up? $8 a.m., huh? Oh, I asked Little Joe to put up that troll shirt. I didn't get to go check before I came online, see if he got it done yet. There you go, Jim Dunn. Brandon wants to go team driving with you. It'd be curious to see how much weight you get lose from running from that Alabama hillbilly. He probably gonna break out with a damn switch and come after you. Cal, don't cuss like that on here. Use them 6-letter words. 7-letter words, I can't count. Control. I got your control. Oh, look, see, we start talking about him take care of Mama and he got to leave all of a sudden. You sissy. Well, cool. Glad you're liking your new route. Scott's finishing up orientation. Good deal. Congratulations. Oh, I'm heading to the yard tomorrow. I'm picking up a load of something. Miracle-Gro. So it'll probably be potting soil. I'm heading to the yard. Well, I wouldn't be clocking in before 8 no more then. You mean you don't want to be spooning with a Yankee? Well, Scott, I don't think Mark was working there when you was there, was he? He's one of the maniacs out there in the shop. If he was, he came on about the time you left. James, what's going on, brother? Well, Mongo on here is one of our maniacs. Uh-huh. Well, and that's about how long Mark's been with us, right about a year. I hear you. You used to have stories to tell about Laredo and El Paso and Brownsville. If this wasn't a family channel, we could tell some of them. Me and you both, James, and I didn't even work much today. I only did about 500 miles. Thank you, Pink. Stay on them. I hear you, Carlos, but you're not sharing. Okay, you came on August of 18? I thought you'd been here longer than that. That's right, get it right. That's Uncle Bud. Oh, don't be teasing us, Pink. That's right, Bobby. I still ain't giving you a free shirt, but that's all right. Paul, was that new shirt on there? Hey, Mark, have you heard, is my truck ready? Dispatch was trying to tell me today the part had came in and I was supposed to be getting my truck back when I get to the yard. I find that hard to believe, but you know, his lips were moving. What up, NV? A sleep apnea test. Did you get one? Oh, Kale, it ain't the time and place to go into it tonight. But that was going to be about your little adventure on what you're checking out. I'll probably, my tablet didn't want to record, so later on I'll probably just record it off my phone. I need to learn how to do that anyway. So, it is what it is. And that way it can go into the archives, into the playlist under trucking stuff, and new truckers can find it. They're a lot more likely to see it there and watch it than on a live stream. So I should just name this differently. It sounded good when I was thinking of it. When I said it to myself, it sounded real good. Well, actually, they don't go as much by your weight anymore as they do your neck size. You can be skinny as a rail, and if your neck's over 17 inches, they want you to do it. I know so many people that came out of high school with a neck over 17 inches. That's ridiculous. That sleep apnea and all that, that was nothing but a con game. You don't want to get me started on that. That was that old boy that opened that medical center up there at the Petro in Knoxville. He's the one that got that stuff started. Got a bunch of them sleep apnea clinics going. Did a bunch of reviews on truck drivers. And then he went to Washington, D.C. with a bunch of nonsense and got that stuff pushed. And technically and legally, it still is not on your physical. They request doctors to check this stuff out, but they are not required to. Oh, that was nothing but another scam on the trucking industry. Oh, you want me to go into it, Cale? All right, Mark. Big Kev, what's up? Yeah, I hear you. Well, there should be one about the trolls. Little Joe just moved to change departments. He was actually having phone issues when I talked to him. I don't know if he even has the internet at his new apartment yet. So, well, I don't pick up till later in the morning tomorrow, so if I don't make it tonight, Cale, I'll make it in the morning. If I can remember, if my Sometimers is working. Hans, what's going on? Yep. Well, I haven't had one ask for my medical records, so that's going to depend upon where you're at. But I'm very selective about who I go to. There's too many of these quacks that they want to put you through some kind of high pollutant stress test and all this, and no, I ain't interested. What does it matter if I can run a mile and get my heart rate up to something? I'm driving a damn truck. I'm sitting right here in this seat going down the road. Well, your medical records ain't necessarily going to show your sleep apnea. You know? They don't need all that nonsense. I'm sorry. And I'll hold somebody to task. If you go tell me you want my medical records for me to do a DOT, I'm going to tell you point blank, show me in the law where I have to provide you with that. The law says I have to fill out that long-ass form that is turning into a book. And I'm supposed to be honest and declare on there certain stuff. I'm about as honest as their politicians. Now, Pink, there's 30 people in here and 25 likes. Big Mike. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, dude. Did you get a little nap? Well, of course it's all good, Kale. We're live. All right, well, like I said, I mentioned it to him a while ago, but he was having phone issues, and he just finished cleaning up his old apartment and turning in the keys, and he's a busy feller. So maybe tomorrow at work he'll do it. Well, Kentucky's good if you're out of the Arctic blast. CBS? Yeah. Ain't no way you stop breathing 7-8 times a minute, David. I believe you had trouble staying awake and all that. And if you was that extreme where you could only stay awake a couple hours, you needed it. And if you need it, that's fine. I'm just saying, for them to measure your neck and say your neck's bigger than 17 inches, you need to take this high-dollar test as a crock of bull. If you're having issues, that's a whole different ballgame. You know? All right, Mongo, thanks for dropping in, man. Good night. That ain't what you said earlier, Paul. You didn't say you enjoyed talking to either one of them. Thought you told me not to be conference calling you with them wild idiots. Jay, what happened? You just get points on you, Jay. Howdy. Come in and say howdy. As a matter of fact, I think it's the first time I've seen you in a live stream, so welcome. It's just points against you. That is considered reckless and endangerment type stuff. That is a big ticket. It is a lot of points. And most companies are going to frown on it big time. Matter of fact, Trucker Jim got fired for doing like 14 or 15 over. Now that was in a construction zone. But drivers have gotten fired for getting them kind of tickets. Nice mug. Where'd you get it? Where'd you see a mug at? My mugs are on, if you're talking about one of mine, they're on my storefront. Nope, you're right, Kev. Yeah, we're down to 28 now and 29 likes. Yard tonight. I have a couple of you Canadians on here. One of them that's on here, he was riding around with his dad when I ran Canada. And me and his dad talked for a few minutes, and he was just hanging around a yunker, 10, 11, 12, whatever. And he recognized me. That was before I had YouTube. But he recognized me and came on. That was pretty cool. Shogun, what's up? Or I just call you Pina. Six degrees in Philadelphia. Well, I know the working for a living at LWT. How bad's the snow and ice up there, James, in Indianapolis? Well, good deal, Mike. All right, Mongo, good night. God bless. Oh, you mean this one? That come from Loves. You can get them at Loves, TAs, Pilots. They all have them with their logo on them. Mine came from a Loves. That's where I fuel at. Trying to see what some lights are across the road there. Just because I'm nosy. Yeah, getting a lawyer could help, J.A. It could also get expensive. But yeah, if you can get that knocked way down, that would help. Hopefully it wasn't in a construction or school zone. But yeah, you need to get that knocked down as much as you can. And they got that, what is that, PSP score nowadays? I don't know if that will still show up on there or not. But yeah, you need to get a lawyer ASAP. That is a big problem you have there. Don't take it lightly. .31 in Georgia. Well, they have been for years, Josh. Yeah, if you can get it reduced down to a non-moving violation would be ideal. Well, that's a good deal, Kel. Go to bed and get up early. Be safe. Watch it snow. What state did you get the ticket in, J.A.? That's the big question. Well, I got coffee cups in the shop, in the storefront, but they don't offer them big mugs. And I don't sell enough merchandise to special order stuff and try to get grandma to send it out. Yeah, it probably was, James. I don't think they're going to make it. The Telsol electric trucks, are those the manless trucks too? I just don't see them being able to carry enough weight. But with the batteries that they're going to have to carry to move that freight, you're talking about a lot of batteries. But now I don't know about all that stuff. Batteries have come a long ways, I reckon. I know when I owned my truck, I bought them deep cell batteries. They pretty dadgum expensive too. But they was good, but they was expensive. Well, it don't matter if it was a speed trap. What state was it in? No, I don't watch no kind of sports. I don't do NASCAR, I don't do fishing, I don't do football, basketball. I don't watch sports at all. When I was growing up, we had to work. We went to school and we came home and worked. We didn't get to do sports at school. We didn't watch sports at home. I can't even tell you the rules to most of the sports. Only rule I know is in NASCAR, they keep going left, because if they go right, they wreck. Oh, that don't make no sense either. Trucker D, what's up? No, Paul, very seldom do they post a sign for speed traps. Well, Josh, that ain't good at all, dude. Why you even talk that? You don't know that he was in construction. Nobody said that. I asked if he was in construction. Don't be calling people full on here until you know what the hell you're talking about. I grew up hunting for a living. We hunted and fished, but we did it to feed the family and put food in the freezer for the winter. It was not a sport. It was something we did to feed the family. So no, I really don't even do it now. Now my wife likes fishing, which people think that's silly. She likes fishing and I don't. When we lived down on the coast, I'd go fishing with her just to keep her company. But I have what we call fish poisoning or shrimp poisoning. It's an allergy to the iodine in the salt and the shellfish. We were talking about it last night, I think. We use shrimp for bait down there. And she would have to bait my hook for me. And if I caught a fish or when I caught a fish, she would have to take the fish off my hook. I couldn't handle the stuff. If I did, I broke out bad. So, you know, although I didn't like fishing, I went fishing to keep her company. And for me to go fishing, she baited my hook and took my fish off. It worked out great for us. But there was a lot of men that tried to tease me and belittle me, and guess what? That don't work on me. Never has. So we got to do our medical every 2 years here. Actually, no, I didn't, Carlos. Thanks for reminding me. I ate, but nope, I did not. I forgot them. Now I did, Budrow. What was that game down there? I don't know. Ah, one of those. I hate those JA, yeah. That is a speed trap. And let me guess, they only gave you about 3 truckloads or truck lengths to break down the speed, right? That's why I got my GPS set to tell me about speed changes a mile before I get there. And I'll already start backing out of it. We ain't nothing but a rolling ATM. That's why I jumped Josh's butt about calling you a fool. That's crock shit. We're a rolling ATM, and yeah, there are speed traps, and some of them are just ridiculous. I don't have near-death iodine stories. Well, Pink, I ain't got a problem killing animals for a living. Okay, Josh, it's all good. J.A., he just apologized. Boy, I could tell you stories about it, and it wasn't called a butt whooping. We got beat. Yeah, I would definitely get me a local lawyer. Chances are that this is not a first-time occurrence over there, and the local lawyers probably have already dealt with it before. So I'd consider it. There's a trucker group of lawyers. I don't remember their name. You see them a lot at TVC. What is that? Brandon, you remember? Who remembers what they're called? Now it's going to cost you $300+ minimum if you're not already a member, but they'll know the lawyers to get. Yep, it's all part of the job, part of learning. Yeah, see, 100 yards or so. Yeah, the local lawyers to know. That's true what Paul's telling you. When I was telling him, he was telling me where he lives, and I was telling him I came through there, and there's a big old sign in the middle of town that says, something, beware speed trap, slow down. And guess what? I slow down, and since I know the sign's there, I slow down before I ever get into town. Olar, South Carolina. TVC, that's right, Brandon. There you go, TA or JA. TVC. I never heard of Open Road. But call them tomorrow. Do yourself a Google search and start calling. Well, normally you don't even have to show up. Just get you a lawyer, and he already knows the judge. They already know they're all going to make a couple $100 each off of him, so let's get his money and let him have a clean record so he can come in and do it again. Darso, what's up? Yep, that's a fact, Mike. I don't mess with small town USA. For years, trucks were their biggest income. Then the federal feds stepped in and they put limits on it on how much they can make off truck drivers or off of out-of-town, out-of-state motorists. Of course, part of that was divvying up the tickets too. Whether y'all realize it or not, whoever writes you the ticket, they get the lion's share of the money, but the county and the state also gets their share. They all get a cut. If the state writes you a ticket, the state gets the biggest share, but that county and city gets their cut. They all want a piece of the truck driver money. Yep, that's what Louisiana told me. I called down there. I got a ticket on the 18-mile bridge. That lady told me point blank, we don't want your license. I said, what, you want me to come through and do it again? She says, yep. So they made it a non-moving violation. It cost me a little bit extra money. But I guarantee you, when I go across the 18-mile bridge, I stay in that right-hand lane. I don't give a damn if the state patrol's on the shoulder with somebody pulled over. I don't get out of the right lane no more. And I'm doing 55. I don't care how much I back traffic up. You suckers want me in the right lane doing 55? Here you go. And I might go 50 just to create more hassle for them. And I know I had some truckers cussing me. I don't know if Chief was out there. That means that elections are coming up. Well, the $180 ain't your problem. What it's going to do to your driving record, that's your problem. Yeah, that PSP deal nowadays, that's a problem. And that's what I was talking about with JA. Even getting an attorney and knocking it down, I don't know what will show up on that PSP. But he definitely needs to get it knocked down, preferably to a non-moving violation. Not necessarily, Josh. It depends upon what state he's in and what his permits are. Well, I ain't sure what Paul did, but evidently he's doing his job, so thank you, Paul. I must have missed it, but that's okay. I'm supposed to miss it. Y'all supposed to catch it. Kudos. See, I told you you'd learn. Oh, me, oh my. Had me 2 big old head cheese and pepper jack cheese sandwiches and a can of pork and beans. Well, wasn't much pork and beans in there. One of them canned, them cheap ones the neighbors that gave Grandma. Yeah, we're doing good tonight. 31 in here. Ain't a whole lot of them chatting, but at least they're in here. Well, that's a fact, JJ. We've been complaining about that for a long time. If I'm in my personal vehicle and I get ticketed, it should not go against my work record, but it will. People have been complaining about that for years. I got to put this window down. Get ready for some noise. No, he got his headlights on, so his truck will start up again. Oh, yeah, they do. Not only do they single out trucks, the rule is the bigger the vehicle, the bigger the ticket, the bigger the fine, the bigger the profit. So yes, they single out trucks in certain areas. And they single out of state. Simply because they know that the truckers and the out of state is going to pay the ticket without arguing and coming back and fighting it. If you're a local boy, you're going to fight it. That's been a problem out here for years. That's what I was saying earlier. It got so bad in the 70s, I think it was, might have been 80s, that the federal government had to come in and put a lockdown on them on that stuff. What up, old flatbedder? Ain't seen you in a minute. Welcome tonight. I don't know if it does or not. If a warning goes on your PSP, I don't know. That PSP's got a lot of stuff on it. And a lot of companies are using it. But yeah, I don't see why you couldn't use a dash cam. Kind of depends upon what that dash cam caught. Yeah, now y'all know I ain't into sports at all. I was at my last drop, and it's a DC for truck parts. So they have some people in pickups and whatnot that deliver their stuff. There was one older gentleman there, he was picking up stuff for his company. And then a woman that was one of their delivery drivers. And they're talking, and I was in Louisiana, and they're all bent out of shape like JJ was. And we're talking about how they got robbed of that game last night, which they did. And I'm keeping my mouth shut and just listening to them. And then she got started about how the other team had picked the referees and all that, and that wasn't fair. We should get to pick ours, and I had to call her out on it. I know, stop. I don't even want to hear that. I ain't even into sports at all. But I know enough about them to know that the NFL is not going to allow a team to pick out their choice referees for a damn game like that. That ain't happening. She didn't like me calling her out on it, but I wasn't going to listen to that garbage. Them teams ain't got a clue who's going to referee them games. Well, having them in the rig ain't got nothing to do with whether they can use them for evidence, JJ. That's up to the court. That there's nothing in writing that says that if you have a dash cam, you can use it in court. That's up to the judge. Oh, me, oh my. Roll Tide, roll. Gotcha. And that's the truth, Brandon. Okay, that's what it was then. Now I see. Oh, you hear all kinds of stuff, JJ. She started quoting stuff to us on Facebook, and I told her, I said, now you have to remember, young lady, what Abraham Lincoln said. He said if you seen it on Facebook, it must be true. That old man, he busted out. He knew exactly what I was saying. Oh. All right, Pink. Thanks for stopping in. Love you. Good night. Oh, me, oh my. Over an hour already. There you go. If it's in the Inquirer, I watched that in that Men in Black. That's where they got all their good information from. That cracked me up when they showed that part. That was a pretty good movie. I don't normally watch sci-fi and all that. That was a good movie, though. All right, Carlos, enjoy, brother. Portable potties, you mean in the trucks? Oh, I know a lot of people. I used to carry one for Grandma. They can be a pain in the butt, but they beat some of the alternatives like hiding in the bushes. If you got emergency situations, I got Grandma hers because we was hauling Ford, or I was hauling Ford freight, and you'd be surprised how many of them big factories don't have a bathroom anywhere near the loading docks, much less a woman's bathroom. That blew her away. And you'd be surprised how many times you get somewhere, it ain't as bad, excuse me, it ain't as bad now as it used to be, but there'd be a bathroom right there for employees only, no truck drivers. You know, so I hear all this discrimination and stuff that people are crying about. Guess what? The truck driver's been discriminated against, and they didn't care what color our skin was. You're the truck driver. So you didn't need to use their bathroom. Don't get me started. Because, Jim, you just bounce off the walls and disappear. That was good, JJ. Yep, that's a fact, dude. Now, don't anybody mess up and say, glad to see you leave, Jim Dunn. He'll melt. He's like that. Your phone will flood. Sorry to see you come back. You know, don't say none of that to Jim Dunn. Oh, that's a fact, James. And that's what I'm saying. It ain't near as bad now as it used to be. It used to really be bad. And then you get to these places that you'd see a bathroom over yonder just inside that gate or inside their office or whatever. And you got a bathroom. Oh, we got a porta potty outside. Oh, really? Is that for you guys and we get to use that indoor one? Paul, we can't tell him what Brandon said. I don't like that language being used on here. And Jim Dunn's heard it before. Me oh my. Won't be long. I'm going to cut this off. I got to go inside for a few minutes. And I know if I leave y'all on here without me, that I come back, there won't be nobody left. Oh, everybody's got their own ways. I'm addicted to YouTube anymore. Because they're a piece of junk truck. They're made cheap. I never was into all that sports stuff, but I done went into that. I've watched 2 football games in my life. Both of them was, what was it, the Super Bowls? And one of them I fell asleep, slept through over half of it. But I was watching it with my brother. So I guess you can't say I watched that one. The other one was where I was at work and they had a Super Bowl party. And I could go home without pay, or I could stay and watch this football game and get paid. I stayed and watched the game and gave them hell. I run that game for them. And I told them that's wrong. I don't like watching this junk. But if I go home, I don't get paid. I stay here and harass y'all. I get to eat for free and well, get paid too. Y'all done signed the wrong ticket there. They agreed next year I already get to go home with pay. Yeah, she called me too, Michael. All right, Hill, take it easy. Love you. Have a good evening. All right, Brandon, take it easy, brother. Love you, man. You gotta fight your way back down, huh? Well, it ought to be easier coming back down. South is always better. Well, my elbow's getting a little roughed up on this armrest. Oh boy, Wyoming's always fun this time of year. Boy, Jim, you just keep adding to that story, don't you? Next you're going to tell them you lasted them with your bootstrings. You go ahead and tell them how you seen a picture of a cow once and you became a cowboy. Oh, me, oh, my. XPO. I don't see how them little wiggle wagons get by with all that plastic hanging out their back doors and stuff. That just don't make a lot of sense to me. The wind's still blowing pretty good down here too. Are you trying to say nobody wants to go to their games? I was at Gillies once down there in Pasadena, and they came around giving out free tickets to the rodeo. They just trying to get people in the stadiums for the TV. Well, why didn't you, Jim? James, why didn't you tell him what way? Oh. I see that, Michael. Yeah, I hear you, JJ. I might be here when you come back. Depends on how long you take. I always sleep with my head towards the control panel. Well, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you need to adjust temperatures or fan or whatever, and usually your control panel is by wherever your little nightstand is or table, whatever you want to call it. That's how I determine which end to sleep at. Ah, okay, James. I got you. I didn't realize he was a truck driver. Or a wannabe, and you're right, he should know. Now they call it capital. What's in your wallet? Nothing after we charge you for the tickets. Uh-huh. James, that's the kind that you look at and wonder who put their shoes on for them this morning. Who tied your shoes this morning? Well, that's probably true, Mitch. And yeah, I badmouth them. I told you before, that's what I owned was a Freightliner. Because they were cheaper. Oh, goodness. Ain't gonna have rock my cradle tonight. I hope. I don't know, but the broads are. I don't know if they're brawling over them or not. Alright, folks, I'm going to get off this rascal and call it a night. I got to go inside and use their facilities. I appreciate y'all stopping in. Oh, I'm sure, Mike. Y'all remember, good Lord love you, so do I. Y'all check out the Patreon page and the Facebook and all that good stuff. Y'all enjoy your evening. Thanks for coming in. Love y'all. Good night.